Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now, we want to talk a little bit, if we got the speaker here, about the issue that I think has been the most controversial of the first session, the right to work bill. I have to tell you, and I want to talk specifics, but I was surprised at how motivated I've seen people who were against the right to work legislation. I did a segment the other night sort of explaining it, had 150,000 views. I don't think I've ever had anything quite viewed like that. Have you been surprised about the passion of the response against the bill?
Not really. I knew all along it was a very passionate issue. It's a very emotional issue. When I was presiding last Thursday, when we were actually debating the bill and voting in the House, we had a lot of folks there in opposition. I tried to be very respectful of them, give them an opportunity to show their pleasure or displeasure.
All right, well, on that point, and I know this wasn't your decision, but a lot of people were upset that when the governor went in and testified, the Koch brothers and the Chamber of Commerce had rented the room, right. The union members were not allowed in. Is that how democracy should work?
Well, as I understand, and it wasn't my decision, as I understand it, that group had reserved that particular room.
But they did it on purpose.
Yeah, probably.
They did it so people couldn't come in.
But it's no different, Matt, than when I presented right to work 2 years ago in front of the Labor and Industry Committee, and there wasn't one person in there who supported it.
Fair
All
point.
The union folks were in there 2 years ago. So it's no different.
Do you understand the union? Here's my thing that makes it hard for me to understand. Union workers are about 12% of the labor force in Kentucky, but it's an important 12% because it does sort of set a baseline wage in some respects. There is some evidence that going right to work can help states create jobs, but then there's some evidence it's not. It's kind of up in the air. But one thing that's clear is that when states pass right to work, the average wage in the state goes down. That has happened in, I think, all but one of the last 10 states to do it. Why take the chance that could potentially, that will bring workers' wages down?
Yeah, but see, I disagree with that. I think when you look at wages, you have to look at cost of living for that particular state. So many times, some of those studies that maybe you've looked at are comparing apples to oranges. But
the last 5 states, in that particular state, not compared to other states, in that particular state, all 5 states, the average wage has gone down within the next 5 years. All 5 states. It's understandable. The reason the business community wants it is because the wages will go down, right?
No, you want it so you can attract jobs and create jobs.
But why is it attracting jobs? Because the wages are low.
But I don't think the wages for a particular job are going down. Maybe when a company comes in, the wages are less than what had been maybe earlier.
I think that's a fair point. But let's be real. The reason the Koch brothers and the Chamber of Commerce want right to work is because they know it will make jobs available in that state that will cost less than jobs that potentially have unions, right?
But if you create jobs, you are expanding your tax base, right?
But individual workers especially individual workers that have, here's what I said. If you're someone that doesn't have a job, you might see right to work as a benefit.
Sure.
But if you have a good job, how is it a positive for those people?
Because, again, I think you're comparing apples to oranges. What I have studied and what's been presented to me is those people making X doing this type of work, those wages don't go down. But when new companies come in, yeah, maybe the starting wage or the average wage is less.
Are you anti-union?
No, not at all.
So so let me ask you this. If that's the case, why ban union donations to political groups? If it's the case that now people don't have to pay dues, then why can't the dues they pay be used for politics?
Because that employee should have that choice.
But they will. They don't have to pay the dues. You all have made it to where they don't have to pay dues now.
That's right.
So for the ones that want to pay dues, why can't they be used for politics?
Well, they can pay dues.
And why can't those dues be used for politics?
Well,
I think you've had it both ways there.
I see what you're saying. That is a valid argument.
So then why pass that bill? You all passed it.
Because we believe it will create jobs.
No, I mean the political donation bill.
The political donation bill.
That's hypocrite to me. That says to me you want, not you personally,
right,
but it's a union buster, because once you've said I voluntarily don't have to give money, how can you then look at people and say, for those of you that are voluntarily giving money, you can't give them to political groups?
Yeah, but it's not a union buster, because if you look at the numbers.
You agree it's hypocritical?
I won't say it's hypocritical, but I understand your argument.
Okay, because unions mostly give to the opposing party.
That's right.
And so why not then?
But unions grow. In right-to-work state, union membership has gone up.
In some, but in some it hasn't.
Well, okay, in some it hasn't. But Indiana's grown up.
But Indiana's total jobs haven't come up. Tennessee's jobs have come up, union membership's gone down.
Okay. I wasn't aware of Tennessee's union membership going down.
Well,
I thought both Indiana and Tennessee gone up. I think, and you look at the private sector creation of jobs. I mean, to me, that's the ultimate reason for doing it.
Do you think it'll work?
Yes, I do.
All right, so
I'm
let me ask you
absolutely
this.
convinced
If in 5 years, 10 years, no jobs, or the job rate, unemployment rate has not gone down, would you reconsider
then I say
it?
we've got to reconsider it.
Okay, fair enough. See, this is why conversation is
Yeah.
good.